good, everybody? This is your boy Ced Banner, and this is my review of Dunkirk. So Dunkirk is definitely set apart from what we normally get in the summer, and definitely what we've gotten this summer. It is a release that is centered around an evacuation, a historical evacuation. Happened in World War II, 1940. The Allied forces were trying to actually escape Dunkirk harbor in France. They were surrounded by the German army, and they were pretty much in a situation that they could not win or get out of. So the story was there for this movie to be great. It just needed to be put in the correct hands. If you've watched my previous reviews, I've said in several instances when it comes to my top directors, Christopher Nolan is in the top 3, top 2 probably. He just doesn't do any wrong in my eyes. And he took this film and he made it his own, but he kept it historically accurate as well. So let's just run through the pros and cons. And the pros pretty much are just covered by everything I think makes Christopher Nolan a masterful director. The score is awesome. Christopher Nolan just knows how to use music, how to incorporate it correctly in certain scenes, and at just the right time to take something, a situation that's already tense and it's already captivating, and just elevate the moment to epic. He does that here in Dunkirk. The writing is awesome. What's so cool about this film is that there is extremely minimal dialogue amongst the soldiers, amongst the characters in this film. It's mostly about the situation, more so than it is about the relations between those characters. The suspense and the intensity, it never lets up. The film clocks in at just a little under 2 hours, and at the very beginning of the film, Nolan drops you, the audience, there onto the beach with those soldiers, and you automatically feel like you're trying to evacuate this harbor and get back home alongside those soldiers. It never really lets up. It's constant action, and it's not, just mind-numbing action and explosions and fighting with no purpose. Everything that happens in this film has a purpose, and it all ties together. It's all part of this struggle that these soldiers are a part of, and you feel like you're a part of it. It really makes you appreciate what the armed forces went through then. The casting is great. 95% of the cast are unknowns, relatively unknowns. Nolan is known for using a handful of the same actors. Tom Hardy, of course, who does no wrong. He plays an Air Force pilot here who's trying to help protect those soldiers who are trying to escape as the German army is actually attacking them in waves. And he does an awesome job. He's in his plane. You don't even really see his face for about 98% of the film. Also, actor Cillian Murphy, who's used a lot by Nolan, plays a soldier who's kind of a coward, actually, and you'll see why when you see the film. But he does a great job playing his character, and I don't even think we ever even hear his name. We just know he's a cowardly soldier. I thought that was kind of... And then the cinematography. Nolan's also a master with camera work. And what I love about his films and here with Dunkirk is that he doesn't try to overdo it. Some directors go overboard and try to make things a little too flashy or try to get a little too innovative, and it takes away from the actual work as a whole. Nolan keeps it simple here. I mean, you're there in the action. You're in the cockpit with the fighter pilots. You're in the ships as they're being bombed, and as the ships are sinking and soldiers are drowning and fighting to get out of the water. And when the beach is being bombed and soldiers are diving into the sand and being hit, you're there with them, and it's like you feel it happening. If you're able to see this film in IMAX or XD, this is definitely the time to pay that little extra money and to get that experience. It's well worth it, I promise you. Now for the cons that I have for this film. I actually only have one. As I said, there is very minimal dialogue in the movie, and it's extremely cool, in my opinion. It made me enjoy it more just because of the type of situation the film is covering. But there are scenes where you probably kind of wish there was a little more dialogue. You kind of want answers right then. You want to know why this is happening or who this is. You don't get it right then. But the movie does answer everything over time, before the movie is over. It doesn't really leave any holes or unanswered questions for the most part. It just, I think as movie viewers, we kind of want the instant gratification sometime, and this movie doesn't always give that. So that can be frustrating. That's really my only con. But at the same time, like I said, that's also a pro because it kind of sets the film apart. So my rating for Dunkirk is, this is film at its best. Nolan, as I said earlier, Nolan's taken something that's been done before and turned it into something that's never been done before. And if you are a true admirer of cinema as a whole and everything that goes into it, everything is composed of, I don't see how you can't love this film. I really don't. I could go on and on about it, but like I said, Christopher Nolan is the man. I think he has it figured out better than anybody else in Hollywood right now, and has for a few years now. So yeah, if you were planning on going to see it, go see it. If you weren't sure, that concludes this review of Dunkirk. Until my next review, hey,